welcome to another episode of Showboys. My name is Mike, and oh my goodness, it's a special week for you guys because everyone's back. We've been reunited.
We're Pizzac.
Yeah, Chad and Nick are here with me tonight. It's really looking forward to talking with you guys. We're going to go over everything that was announced at the 2022 Video Game Awards last Thursday that happened so rudely, like right in the middle of our, during our episode. So that was not cool. We weren't able to watch it live, but we caught up. We're looking forward to talking about the stuff. There were a lot of announcements, 44 announcements to be exact. So we got a lot to talk about. Before we get into it, just going to shout out top tier patrons, Joe C, Yusuf H, and Tim B. Thank you guys so much for being our top tier patrons. You guys rule. Your support means the world to us. All of our other patrons, you guys are amazing. Thank you
Y'all the best
for being there and helping us be able to do things that we're able to do. Your support means the world. If you're interested or want to know what our Patreon is or what Patreon is in general, you can go to patreon.com/showboyspodcast. Check it out. We have 4 different tiers, different price points, all with different perks and benefits, including an exclusive Patreon only episode once a month. Nick.
Wow.
We're going to be recording our Patreon exclusive episode next Wednesday. What are we going to talk about? You want to give them a little tease?
Oh, the tease? Okay, so next Wednesday, we're going to record our Patreon episode for the month, and we will be figuring out and picking what we're going to do for next March.
Yes, and it is...
just leave it at that.
I had to think about, what should I not say there?
Right, yeah. We didn't talk about this before, so I'm glad you didn't actually reveal what we're going to be talking about. Our plan for March is epic. Like, probably the most ambitious thing that we've attempted to do with
More
the podcast
epic than
so
this?
far. Yes, but that is also super epic. But if you want to get some true like behind the scenes, that's exactly what this Patreon episode and probably another future Patreon episode, because this is going to take a lot of planning and organizing. So make sure you head over to patreon.com/showboyspodcast, sign up, and you can have access to these Patreon exclusives. Nick, what were you holding up over there?
I was holding up the OLED Switch.
The OLED Switch?
Version. Yeah.
What are we doing with that?
Man, we want to give this away, but we have to hit 1,000 subscribers to do that.
We do.
And apparently we need a lot of help to do that. So definitely would appreciate it because, everyone could use one of these. I don't even need one, and I could use one. That's how these are.
I mean, hey, I can't argue with that. Yeah, we have 2.
A Witcher in bed? Like, come on.
Oh, right.
Don't talk about Aaron like that. Joe says, "Don't wave my Switch around like that." Hi, sweet Chad.
Hello, Joe.
Yeah, we the details on how exactly this will be will be revealed as we get closer and hit the goal of 1,000 subscribers. So spread the word, tell your friends, subscribe if you're watching right now and you haven't already. If you like what you're hearing and what we're doing, subscribe. It's free. It just allows you to be notified when we go live and when we post new content. We have another subscriber milestone giveaway at 500 subscribers. We'll give away a game.
This Star Wars.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll give away Nick's Christmas tree. Hopefully you like Christmas. No, we'll figure it out. If it's a game, we'll do like the popular game of the time, or we'll let you pick a game of your choice, whatever. But that'll happen at 500 subscribers. Then once we get to 1,000, Nick will finally release the OLED from his basement to one lucky person.
Or 2. There's 2 controllers.
There's 2 controllers. They have to, how they share that, I don't know. I'm not gonna. That's up to you guys. But yes, Chad, I know how you're doing, but like, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Just happy to be back.
Yes, poor Chad is
Oh no.
a little under the weather, so
Oh, okay. I was like, I have a headache. Please don't do the down weakness.
I didn't even think of it.
It's not appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to look. Let's see here. The last time Chad and I were on an episode. Wait, were you on the Rings of Power episode, Chad?
No.
Okay. Were you on the Midnight Club episode, Chad? Okay. Yeah. So October 27th was the last time Chad and I were on an episode.
I figured it was
Dang.
longer than you said. Yeah.
That is almost 2 months.
You were last on an episode on the 10th, November 10th. So
Yeah.
a little over a month there since you've been on, period. But like,
I
haven't seen you in
what episode?
It was the What's Playing right
we
before the Pokemon.
Oh, we just talked about. Oh yeah. Okay.
Lots of stuff going on. But I'm glad that we're all back because it's been a minute.
We're back.
How you doing tonight, Nick?
Me, I'm doing okay. I got a little. I'm working through a little bit of a cold. But I think I'm on the tail end of it.
Nice.
Been doing some weird mechanical sorceress things that my wife like suggests I do that do help, but I would never think to do them on my own. She has like equipment like you like hook up to your face and it like makes this stuff. It's crazy.
Dang.
It's pretty crazy.
Sounds pretty intense, man.
Yeah, if you ever got a cold or something, just like stop on over and we'll hook you up to the equipment.
Yeah.
Put you on the lift, hook you up.
Put you in the back of the tank and fix you right up.
There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, so you guys want to, I mean, you and I, Nick, we kind of caught each other up on what we've been watching and playing last week. But Chad, you been watching or playing anything in the nearly 2 months since we've been on an episode?
He's replayed all the games he's already played this year.
It's actually only been Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. I did dump a colossal amount of time into Persona 5 or the Steam Deck. 141 hours to roll the credits on it. Probably double the longest game I've ever played. I have to look. I'm not entirely. But yeah, I loved it. I mean, I think it's an amazing game. It's probably up there for my favorite in the series. It's definitely the best JRPG I've ever played. And then after that, of course, in Chad fashion, I went back to Ghost of Tsushima. And unfortunately,
how many times is that now?
Yeah, this is probably like 5, maybe, and
7, 8.
This is only the second time that I've ever played it like beginning, like not new game plus. And it's cool because there are like some I know I don't like, so I'm just avoiding. There's a lot, you know, as hard as possible because I don't think it's that hard. And then I played a little bit of The Witcher on PS5. And
with the new update,
with the new update, and it looks incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a PS5 game now. I didn't know they were doing that. I thought they were just gonna update like a PS4 version. I didn't know there would be like 2 different versions.
Yeah. I think that I think they did a great job on it. We see now why it took them so long to release it. It's delayed multiple times, and it's probably the only game that can compete with Ghost of Tsushima as far as sunsets go. And the sunsets on the PS are incredible. So excited to get back into it. It is a huge game, and I just finished a huge game. There's like that little caveat that I'm not looking for, whatever.
Yeah, that's why I went through the pain of getting my PS4 save over to my PS5 version.
Yeah,
it is possible, but it is not. It's easy. It's just not very clear, like the order of operations to make it happen. So the trick, though, ultimately, is you have to boot up the PS4 version, do all the same updates there. You have to load the game that you want to and save it as a new save, not just save that save a brand new save. And it'll save it as a 4.0 version, get the cloud icon, and it'll toss it up there to the cloud. And then you can pull that down on the PS5 version. But you don't get the load menu on the PS5 version until you save a game on the PS5 version to unlock the load menu because it's completely not even in the UI.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the double trick there. Because then I was like, well, I can't load it. There's no load button. So I had to start a new game, save, and then it showed up. So it was a little bit of trickery, but it never hurts on that game to start a new game, because they have like those nice tutorials and they kind of like show you how to play the game, because there's so many buttons you have to remember to click.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I'm impressed with the change of the camera. I think they went directly after Ghost of Tsushima as far as the distance of the camera and what side Geralt is on the screen. And I'm super excited they put katanas in there too with this update. There's 2 katanas. You have to be level 11, unfortunately, to get it. I'm level 7. I'll probably rock those the entire, because that's cool.
Sounds very Chad like.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen them, but I definitely want to add them, and just weeb out a bit there. They just know it's trendy.
Yeah. The update is for the Steam version as well. Yeah.
Yes.
There is an update.
Yep.
Everywhere. I heard
Nice.
the PC version was broken as of like this morning or something like that, or yesterday afternoon. So people were rolling it back to the classic version, but that should eventually get fixed.
Nice.
Yeah,
Short
I think I'm super excited about that because I think I'll save between PS5 and so I can play on the Steam Deck and transfer it over to the PS5, which is super cool. So yeah, it'll probably most likely be the game I play. But
Nice. That's one of those games I've had for a while and never really played because it's intimidating and overwhelming.
Well, and you made a big deal back in the day
Oh,
that you
yes,
wanted
yes,
to play
yes, yes.
them. You wanted to play 1,
In
2, and 3
succession.
because that's how you should do it.
Yeah, you got to experience the story as a whole.
So now you're held to that word.
Unless
you're
I think they're
an early rider like me.
remaking. They're remaking an open world game, so you might as well just wait at this point.
That's very true. Yeah, that was a very fun conversation with a work buddy that lasted several weeks. It was great. You'll see that's kind of a theme in some of the announcements as we go through them tonight. The overwhelming and intimidated by the sheer mass of a franchise. But we'll get into that. Nick, have you been playing or watching anything new since last week?
Probably not, but I'll just reiterate that we're watching The Crown. I enjoy that show quite a bit, more than I thought I would. But we're on season 3. We did the actor change, which was at first abrasive and sad to see the first set of actors go. They were so good, Matt Smith, obviously, great Prince Philip, but pretty notable actor. He's like one of those guys, once again, like you see, like him from a ton of things, you just don't know who he is. So he takes up the role as Prince Philip, and he does a pretty good job. And he kind of is a little bit more like Prince Philip-y, if that makes sense, than like Matt Smith. Because the problem I had with Matt Smith is that I watched House of the Dragon sort of first, and then I just went back to The Crown. I'm like,
Yeah.
But also, very similar role there. Just a disgruntled royal, basically, pining for power. Like he plays the same character.
Yeah, I wonder if Doctor Who fans had a similar experience watching House of the Dragon, because Matt Smith was one of the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they had a hard time like seeing him as this bloodthirsty Targaryen riding dragons
or vampire,
holding the timey-wimey screwdriver. I don't know anything about Doctor Who, but apparently a lot of people like that show. Which probably a lot of people are gonna get mad at me for saying that, but whatever. Doctor Who's lame. Deal with it. Wow. Comment on our video and tell me how stupid I am.
Yes, please do.
Good. Any games or just?
Yeah, so I have a current issue. I definitely took advantage of some sales. I have a lot of RPGs to play through it, and I don't know. I just need to like juggle them. I don't know. Because I've been really enjoying Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's also a little weird how much, like, obviously it's like Grand Theft Auto, right? It's Rockstar. It's Grand Theft Auto on horses. But as I've been playing it, even before the Witcher announcement came out that it was all of a sudden coming, I was like, this reminds me so much of The Witcher because it's just like you're on your horse, you're rolling around, doing like it's the same pace. It's a little slower because Grand Theft Auto is much faster of a game, whereas Red Dead's super like paced out, slow. They really like to put you in that feel of the 1800s. So it's just really weird because now I have The Witcher, which I want to get back into because I've been waiting for the update. So it's like, all right, I have like actual old timey medieval horse game to play, and then I have like slightly more modern horse game to play. So it's just like a lot of riding horses in my future.
Yeah.
But then obviously I need to get back to Dragon Ball Z. I might wait for myself to catch up on the show. I want to get like a little further in the show and then start playing that again. And then I bought Last of Us like for $5 or whatever, part 2. So I want to at least play that, squeeze that in somewhere.
It's a deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have been.
No one asked you.
I know. No one asked me anything, so I'm just going to tell you. It's the pains of being a host, I guess. It's like that Freddy Krueger meme of him like, oh, I'm always too busy chasing other people's dreams to chase my own or whatever.
Yeah.
I started playthrough Pokemon Ultra Moon on stream. It's been pretty fun. I said it on maybe the last couple streams, but it's so nice to stream just a regular old playthrough. Like I'm not doing a Nuzlocke challenge. Like there's no stress involved. Like I can just go catch all the Pokemon I want, make whatever team I want. I don't care if one of my Pokemon faints in a battle because it's not permanently dead and I'm scarred a little bit. Plus, it's a generation of Pokemon games I've never played, so experiencing new mechanics in the Pokemon games for the first time, which is fun. It's an older game. It's Generation 7. It came out on the 3DS, so it's not like brand new, but it's also not, Game Boy Color game. So they have some interesting mechanics that never made it out of this game, and that's kind of like a theme with Game Freak in these Pokemon games. They come up with a mechanic and then decide to never use it again, which is interesting. But it's been fun. And then I'm actually going to we were going to start a co-stream with Dad the Cap last night. My stream of Resident Evil 5 with BioCiv has come to a conclusion. We beat the game last week, and I was going to start my next co-stream with Dad the Cap, our producer, who's backstage waving, controlling the comments and everything. He says hello. We were going to stream last night, Resident Evil 6. I go live on the stream. On the intro slide, we're like a minute in, getting ready to start. I open up Steam, go to open up Resident Evil 6, and I didn't install it. So it was literally the shortest stream of our streaming career.
That's embarrassing. I didn't think it was you.
Yeah, that was me.
That's really embarrassing, dude.
Didn't install the game first, which is a kind of important step when you're going to stream a game or play a game. So that's on the docket. Other than that, I borrowed Persona 5 Royal from the library. Been playing through that. Only 3.5 hours in. I wrote my feelings in Discord. I think I'll like this game. It's just taking so long to get through like the tutorial phase, which I know you told me, Chad. But it's like really long.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta look at it as it's a 100-hour game. So the tutorial is gonna be super long. They always are super long in the Persona games.
Yeah.
But 5 definitely pops off much quick. 3 or 4. I'm not sure about 1 and 2. I never played 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 are definitely way more burns than 5 is.
Nice. Yeah, I'll try to stick through. It's obviously going to be a multiple borrow from the library, or next time it goes on sale on Switch, probably picking it up. But excuse me. Watching wise, finished The Peripheral. Is okay. Season 3 of The Chosen started Sunday. Watched the first episode, was great. Looking forward to the second episode. My co-host for the Chosen Companion series, James, has been in Disney this week, so we weren't able to record for season 3, episode 1 yet. So I'm looking forward to getting together with him next week to record our first 2 episodes of season 3. It's been a lot of fun. Make sure you check out the Chosen Companion series over on YouTube or Spotify or audio platforms, whatever you listen to. That's pretty much it. Oh, I guess I watched a Netflix movie, Troll, last night. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's a like Norwegian
I've heard
monster movie. It was good for like a B foreign film. Yeah, I just didn't know what to start, and I was like, I've heard things about this movie. Let's put it on. And it was what I thought it was. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump in to all of the wonderful announcements that were made at the 2022 Video Game Awards last week. All you need to know about the actual awards given out was God of War Ragnarok won like 80% of the awards. So if you missed the actual award handing out, there's your summary. What's this? Joe says, did you see P3 and P4 announced on Game Pass today? Oh man, Persona 3 and 4 on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's I think they announced it back maybe in the summertime, maybe E3 or something. I don't remember, but it might be now on Game Pass.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's cool. It's cool because it's they're kind of masters in a way. They're not like remakes, right? Like 3. The only thing that's annoying about 3 is that I didn't play it on consoles is they did the portable version of the game, which was the PSP spin-off. I don't even know how to call it, but it's got stats. It's basically just a straight visual novel. No 3D exploration like that outside of the fighting in the main area that you fight in Tartarus. But yeah, I don't know, a little bit. I think they did it because in the original you can't control your party at all, but in portable you can, and that's obviously a huge thing. So I'll have my fingers crossed for maybe a remake, full on remake of 3, because it's putting portable new consoles just isn't good enough.
Yeah. That's pretty rad. I might have to look into getting Game Pass soon. So along with that, I guess one shout out from the actual award part. It was really cool to see Legends Arceus be nominated for an award, and I think it was RPG of the Year, I think.
But God of War won it.
Of course. I don't know if God of War won that one. I'm assuming it probably did. But it was just cool to see Pokemon up there. Arceus was such a great game. So it was cool to see it being recognized, because Pokemon games don't win awards. Because
why should they?
They're not like stellar games, they're not like breaking any sort of genre bending mechanics or like visual fidelity things. It's like, hey, here's some new Pokemon you can catch.
Yeah.
So it's cool. But yeah, on to what was announced. I figure we can just go through. I wrote down every announcement. And then when we get to something that's actually interesting that we're interested in, we can throw the trailer up on screen, react to it, talk about why we're interested, what we're looking forward to. So let's get going. First announcement: Dead Cells DLC, Return to Castlevania. Never played Dead Cells. It is one of those games that I frequently check out on Switch when it goes on sale, because it usually goes on a pretty deep sale. And every time I'm like, this game looks kind of cool, but I don't think I'd actually play it. But they're having a Castlevania DLC come out. Either of you guys played Dead Cells or know anything about it?
No, I to play Dead Cells. It's just one of those games I have a backlog that I have never gotten to. But now that they have Castlevania coming into it, like I thought it looked really cool, and I'll definitely up when it comes out. Because obviously we talked about it on the show multiple times. So
Right on, right on. Next up, Vampire Survivors. Ugly Kid Joe Cross's favorite game is now on mobile. So if you need to get your fix, you can play it on your phone. Which apparently, according to Joe, is very scary thing because that game is ridiculously addicting. A lot of different Discord servers I'm in talk a lot about Vampire Survivors. Not really a game I would get into, but it's on mobile now. Speaking of mobile, Valiant Hearts Coming Home, the sequel to Valiant Hearts, is it's a trap. Don't do it, Joe says. There you go. Yeah, Valiant Hearts Coming Home, a sequel to the Valiant Hearts game, which has been on my backlog for a really long time. It's just a very story-driven, almost visual novel type game. Really interesting art style. It's getting a sequel, and it's coming to Netflix Gaming, which is mobile, which is interesting. We have Returnal coming to PC, which kind of excites me because I heard nothing but great things about this game. I want to say Chad played it, but he's trying to fix his microphone echo, so he'll be joining us back here in a second. Did you play Returnal? It was a PlayStation exclusive.
I did not. I think I have it like in my library because it was like free or something like that at a point.
Returnal, Chad, you played it, right?
I did. Yes. Returnal was pretty close to making my game of the year last year, I think. And I did hear that there's like some obscure, like crazy system requirements for it on PC that like go above God of War Ragnarok. So I can't remember what it was. If it was RAM, like it needs 32 gigabytes of RAM or something. I don't know. It was something absurd, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Well,
I think
my
everybody should play
excitement for Returnal coming to PC has just been kicked in the nuts because
Because you're not gonna be able to boot that up.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
Hey, you lower the graphics to like low, you'd be able to get through it.
Yeah, heard nothing but great things about that game.
Nothing
I think
but
BioSiv
greatness.
streamed it at one point as well.
He did.
Hellboy, Web of Weird. I'm gonna say weird.
That's just weird.
Weird. Very interesting art style. Kind of almost looks like it could have been taken right off a comic page.
Yeah.
Don't think I would probably get into this game. Doesn't seem to quite be my style.
No, I mean I think it's cool, but I'm not. Yeah, I've never even seen any of the Hellboy movies, so
Horizon,
like it.
Call of the Mountain, PSVR 2. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, like a PSVR only expansion.
Yeah, it's a game just for the new VR headset that's coming out. I think it looks really cool. I know nothing about VR. I don't have a VR. It seems like that's becoming an issue more and more because more and more cooler games are coming out for it. So that might have to change in the near future. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it looked really, really cool. So it's not like at least it doesn't look like an on rails kind of, crappy knockoff.
Do you have any interest in VR, Nick?
Not in the traditional sense, I would say. Maybe like if you could actually like digitize reality, that's where I would be interested in. Like an actual
Ready Player One style.
Yeah, like more like augmented reality is what I would be more interested in. Something like what Pokemon Go does is more interesting to me than like a full on VR. I'd rather somehow have a very kind of engaging with my environment, enhanced human perception is what I would classify that as.
Nice. Dad behind the scenes says he does have interest in VR. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about VR still.
Pokemon VR, come on, dude.
Oh, you'd be
I
all
get-
over
there
it.
was
It's going to be 25 years until Nintendo comes out with something like that, but still, you'd be all over it.
exactly. At that point, we'll just be able to plug our aux cord into the computer and just
Yeah.
transport through the wires.
Aux cord. That's funny.
Yeah, because that's how far in the future we're going to come back to using aux cords.
The aux cord.
Just get the coaxial going.
Where's the red and yellow? What's the white one for? No, there was a Star Wars game like a couple years back,
Yeah.
or maybe it was a year ago, for VR that looked really cool.
Yeah.
Is that the lightsaber one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a I think Battlefront had experience on VR where you went, because that's the only time I've ever played VR and was demoing that at Best Buy. And then I think there was a Star Wars game I think came out a couple years ago. I think really in VR.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know exactly how to feel about Horizon VR from the Pokemon's perspective, and you have to run and hide and fight to prevent from being captured by some kid with a backpack and a dream. That's an amazing pitch for a Pokemon VR game.
Oh, then there was light.
Dang, dude.
I didn't want to spook. I'm
Dang, bruh. Love you. Good night.
Bye, bruh.
Nick said bye. You said bye, Nick. Star Wars VR game. I want to figure out what this is called. Galaxy's Edge? No, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
There was one that was like on the shelves at Best Buy a couple years ago. You would buy like the lightsabers and like the whole get up, and it was
Beat Saber. You guys maybe are thinking of.
Yeah, that's actually the one where you just dance.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's tied to.
I thought there was a fighting.
No, there was a like maybe Outlaw. I don't know. Maybe it's with the Oculus. I forget.
And you fight. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It is for Oculus. I don't know what the name of it is.
Right. Perfect. So I'm not crazy. Yeah, that looked interesting. I don't know.
Vader Immortal. That is it.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking of.
The next announcement was, I said that really weird. Post trauma. This looked interesting, very Silent Hill inspired. I did love that the protagonist was a chonky boy, middle-aged chonky janitor. Did you guys catch the announcement for Post Trauma, and what'd you think?
Yeah, I did. I think it looks still holding on for an actual Silent Hill game. I thought we were going to get the announcement along with something else that didn't get announced. But it looks cool. I would just like Kojima maybe to make something similar to PT. But
this does have P and T in the name.
It does.
So just saying.
That's a stretch.
I mean, just putting two and two together. Nick, did you see anything about this?
Never.
I don't think you're a big horror game guy, anyways.
No, I can barely play the games I want to play, let alone play the games I don't want to play. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I can't even play games I promised Chad I'm gonna play. That's rough, man.
It's true.
It's gonna happen though one day.
Someday. Trying to talk Mike into doing it before in the shadows. Just roll in final boss fight.
I'm gonna master. Once I master the Witcher's like mechanics,
okay,
I'll feel
see
better
in like
about
20 years.
Yeah, I'll feel better about what it's called.
Sekiro.
I want to say
Sekiro.
seafood.
You don't even know
Sekiro. I want to say seafood. I'm like, I know that's wrong.
Yeah.
Pairing, man. I just have an issue with pairing in games. Like, I just don't want to do it. I'm used to. I just want to like God of War, like smash beat or whatever.
Right. You want that one shot kill control style thing down. Yeah.
Though I do want to play Tsushima like with the one shot on.
Actually, when I started my new playthrough, I lethal. But it's just it doesn't really make the game more difficult at all. It's actually easier. No.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because
easier because a single strike kills your enemies too. But if you're, I played it 5 times. It's pretty land a shot on me at all. So just four shots to the enemy. So
if I do that, I would do the black and white mode in Japanese.
Yeah.
One shot, one kill.
Yeah,
that would be quite the experience.
Next, there was an announcement for a game called Viewfinder, which I was actually Jeff or Dad. I gotta call you Dad. Can you find? I didn't include the link for the trailer on our little show note thing, but can you find the trailer for Viewfinder?
Really cool.
I was like kind of amazed by this trailer, but fully aware this is a game I would never play and not enjoy playing. But I think the concept of it and like the gameplay loop and the mechanics there are really interesting. It's like very Portal like, I'm sensing, just kind of like a platformer, but you take pictures to fill in the gaps of the platforming. And the trailer was super trippy and really cool looking. But I don't think I would ever really play this game. Yeah, here, let's check out the trailer. Like, it's just super trippy.
What?
Yeah, man. So like here, you see the player traversing through these levels, comes to a place where he can't cross.
I would play this.
Takes pictures, makes photocopies, and puts those pictures up to the puzzle, and that unlocks the next area. You just walk right into it. It's visually so awesome. Super cool.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with the devs on this game.
How many drugs did you do during the development of this game?
I don't know, but they should probably keep doing this. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like I don't know that I'd enjoy it ever.
Oh dear.
It looks like Myst or one of the old 90s PC games.
Yeah, Myst was good.
Yeah, and then so you'd play that, Nick?
I'd play the crap out of that.
Totally get down with that.
I mean, it looks like a game. Give me the same satisfaction that I have with like Astro's Playroom. Like that's just like a fun platformer for me. Like it's just so innocent and fun. Like that's what that game looks like.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. The boys started playing it live, and that game is freaking amazing, dude. Like especially if you're a big fan of PlayStation, because there's Easter eggs through the entire game of old play stuff that people probably don't even remember exist. So I think it's really cool. I mean, I struggled with a couple of the boss fights on it. It's not like a kid's game, really.
The Dino boss is like that's an awesome little level.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So Civ says, so why show it off?
Show what off?
Are you talking about me or us showing the trailer here for Viewfinder since
or showing this off?
Play it. Or showing the OLED off. Oh my gosh, subscribe right now so you can help us give that thing away. That's a great plug, Nick. I love it. Show what off. Tell us. But we show everything because we're a podcast for the people, We put you guys above us. So even though I wouldn't play this game, see, look, I showed Nick the trailer.
Yeah.
And he's like, heck yeah, I'd play that.
I'd play the crap out of that.
We play those trailers for the Nicks of the world.
Yeah. Because we're not going to watch them otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So the next announcement is something. He was talking about Viewfinder. Perfect. So my explanation, don't have to explain it again. The next announcement here is something that I know we're all super excited for. So, hold on to your pants here, guys. Among Us is getting a new game mode called Hide and Seek. And I'm actually not excited about this because I don't play Among Us. But for those of you who are, we got a new game mode, Hide and Seek. Hope you enjoy it. I'll never play it. Wow. Joe says, I enjoyed that trailer so much. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Showboys. Thank you much. It changed me.
I'm confused.
Yes. See, play those trailers for the Knicks and the Joes of the world. Next game, After Us. This game has an interesting art style.
It's just Among Us, but
Yeah,
Afterwards.
and after Among Us, After Us. That was hilarious how they panned that out. Yeah, this game. Actually, pull this trailer up. Another game I
Pull
probably
it
will
up.
never play, but has a cool art style, and I think I don't know, maybe I will play it. It kind of gives off I don't know, Ori and the Blind Forest vibes, and I think that's within the narrative that they're trying to tell. This game looks like there's probably a lot of social commentary within the story, just from the trailer. But yeah, here let's play the trailer here, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. I'm having a hard time deciding if this game is something I would play, but it's interesting. Probably going to talk a lot about I don't know, pollution. I'm assuming the way we treat our
Piccolo.
world, after us. Yeah, it's very interesting landscapes that the characters walking through here, and I think visually it's kind of a cool world, a cool look to it, but you got the platforming elements.
That looks like Fallen Order. All this looks like Fallen
Kind of
Order.
does,
actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe Dad behind the scenes, who's played Ori and the Blind Forest, do you kind of understand what I was talking about?
I think it looked more like Journey, which was a PS exclusive indie game that did really well.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. It almost looks like maybe I can see who the studio is on this.
Yeah, that's your dog, Mike.
That is a little weenie dog. Dad says I'd play that. Definitely an Ori vibe. He gets it. Yeah, that's After Us. That came after Among Us, as Nick so astutely pointed out. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't think Ori would be a game I would enjoy, and I actually enjoyed it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play that sometime when I can get it for like $3. The next game. Do you guys have any thoughts or opinions about After Us, or after seeing the trailer? Now, anytime I say After or Us, like all I can think about is After and Among Us. But
yeah, I won't play it. I mean, it looks cool. Somebody out there, but it's not really up my alley.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. We have a game here called Replaced. This one's on my radar. Let's go ahead and roll this one, Jeff. And by on the radar,
Is this the one that's like the director of Fallout? Thinking on the name BioShock, maybe?
No. That's coming. I love the art style of this game. I've talked about art style in quite a few of the announcements so far, but this one is near the top of what caught my eye visually in the announcements. It's got that unique HD pixel art kind of style, 3D pixelish type vibe here. I would like to see some like gameplay besides walking.
Yeah.
To let me know if this is a game that I would really actually want to play.
Days, walking sims, people love them.
Yeah, there was a big one announced here tonight too.
People don't like.
It kind of looks
in
like
real life,
Inside or
but
something.
Walking games.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I see the pixels.
It's like
Very
there's
subtle.
some sort of platforming going on. The world looks really unique.
The camera movement is, I think, what does a lot of it for the world.
Yeah. On the radar, I had to see some actual gameplay though, to see like what we're actually going to be doing.
Looks like a weird game you'd play.
Yeah, very very cyberpunk in nature. Not like the game Cyberpunk, but like the style Cyberpunk. Hopefully, it launches a lot better than Cyberpunk the game.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of hard to not launch better. But yeah, interested in that one. I'll probably add that to the wish list. Pique your interests at all, gentlemen? No. Has anything up to this point?
The viewfinder I think looks really cool, but again, not sure if I'll ever play it. But Dead Cells with the Castlevania DLC, I'm
Viewfinder.
definitely gonna pick it up.
All in on the viewfinder.
All in on viewfinder.
Yeah, I want to play that right now.
I just added replace to my wish list on Steam. So, all right, moving right along. Either of you guys,
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, are either of you guys fighting game enthusiasts? We got Street Fighter 6.
Just Dragon Ball Z fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a huge fan of fighting games, so this one fell flat for me. And then we'll just get it out of the way. Let's see where it is on the list here, all the way down at announcement number 26. Tekken 8 was also announced.
Tekken 8.
So two staples in the fighting game community announced some new games this year, which, if that's your thing, I bet you're pretty excited. Unless you're a Mortal Kombat fan, then you're kind of like, what the heck? Hades 2. A lot of people
I want to play the first one.
Same.
It's on my wish list.
Same.
I mean, it won a lot of awards last year. But yeah, again, I don't know. Not really my style of game, but it's cool that they're getting a sequel because obviously that one sold really well and reviewed very well. So
yeah, yeah, Jeff, if you can get the trailer ready, we'll show this one. Yeah, like you said, first game, huge success, very widely accepted and reviewed well. And then this announcement dropped, and a lot of people were very, very excited for it. So let's check out the trailer. Trailer is pretty cool. I like this opening.
Don't tell me you
cinematic.
like the art style.
I actually do. But this opening cinematic is very, very cool. I'm a sucker for that contrast of darks and like really bright colors, like we're seeing here.
Like Arcane.
Yes, very much so.
Like League of Legends. You're just like, yes.
Great example. Ori and the Blind Forest does it so well.
Shout out, second time we've heard that.
Yeah, dude, the world is pretty dark, but like it's just highlighted with all these super vibrant, like neon colors. So great.
Not good enough. We can but learn. And
Samurai wizard.
Sickle and a dagger.
Death to Kronos.
Death to Kronos.
Kronos? Why does everybody always want to kill Kronos?
Is an opportunity for you to make a better future for us all. The least I can do is light your way down.
Dang.
About ready to give in? No, I was born for this.
So does Hades play like a Diablo game?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could never get
I
into
think
Diablo.
it's a roguelike top down, kind of like
Just
you're saying
said
here.
rogue.
Literally,
That's
as
so
you
awesome.
say that, the words pop up on the screen.
Oh, did they? I'm not really the biggest fan of roguelikes. The only one that I ever played was Returnal, but I find them a little annoying sometimes. So,
So, yeah, man, that kind of throws a wet towel on my wanting to play Hades because I could never get into the Diablo style, like play style. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I can get it cheap enough, I'll try it out. But yeah, Hades 2. And then this one, Judas, will play the trailer for this. This is the game you were thinking of, Chad, from the creators of BioShock. My initial thoughts, though, it looks like way too much like BioShock. Like almost like they just reused assets. Not just like, oh, it has a very BioShock style to it. It's like, no, it's like, it looks like they just straight up were like, let's just import half of the things from BioShock and use it for this game. So I don't know. I mean, that kind of makes me a little nervous. Kind of similar to what I've been seeing about Callisto Protocol being too close. I know it's made by the Dead Space guy, but like the story and the way it plays out is almost like beat for beat Dead Space 1. Which, I mean, makes sense. You're coming from the same creators. But maybe like build on it, do a few new things here and there. BioCiv, Hades sucked. All right.
Sucked.
Well, there you go. You heard it here.
Trash.
But yeah, here's the trailer for Judas.
Well,
is dying. And my only way out of here is with one of them.
I mean, like, I know you're seeing a reflection, but I mean, is that not you coming into freaking whatever the first game underwater town is through the tube? More finger guns.
Finger guns and finger parts and oh dear. Heavy lighting contrast.
People say I was coming.
Dead.
You know what? They're right.
BioShock 4.
Exactly. Fix what you broke. Throwing some shade at the cyberpunk. No, I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
Just kidding.
I think it looks really cool, to be honest with you. I've never played BioShock, so I have no ties to BioShock in any fashion. So, I mean, this looks really cool, and I haven't played a first-person game in quite some time. So, I was thinking Cyberpunk was going to be my next one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that one there, Nicholas?
Never gonna play it.
Man, you're so helpful on this episode. Your commentary on all the things we're reacting to, just
never gonna play it. Like, that's what people need to know sometimes. Like, just don't play a game. Like BioSiv said, Hades sucked. Like, there's the feedback people need. Like, you just sucked.
Yeah, I mean,
spread the good word.
Someone's gotta have an opinion.
I
next
have an
up
opinion on some of these. We're just not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, we were top ended, front loaded with, like, there was a pre-show before the actual award show started where they had, a handful of these announcements, and then, they saved a lot of the big ones for, midway through, and of course towards the end.
We should work it backwards then.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Just know there's some exciting things to come, guys. We don't want them to leave after like the beginning of our episode, Nick, because I heard all the juicy stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so next up, Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Lost Demon. So, having never played a Bayonetta game in my entire life, the only experience of me knowing about Bayonetta was watching Peace Love Aim stream 3 for a little bit. This game looks so different than at least the Bayonetta I was exposed to.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, this looks like a completely different genre of game, which is interesting. I don't think I'll ever play it, but I'm anxious to hear what a person who enjoys Bayonetta thought of this. So if you're out there in chat, or if you're watching this post live stream and you're a Bayonetta fan, what did you think of Bayonetta Origins? Let's play the trailer here.
I think, yeah, well, maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
I think we were gonna roll on past it, but
heck no. Let's play this. Here, you can play this game on your brand new Switch OLED that you win from Showboys. So here we're starting out with clips from 3, so you kind of see what the style is like. And this is, like the title says, an origin story. But it looks like you're playing a book, which is it's really cool. Really cool style. It almost looks like it's turn-based too. Like,
No.
Syriza, you must never enter that forest. You would soon become a snag for one of the fairies who live there.
How could a dank old forest be that scary a place anyway? Ah! There must have been a rabbit or something. Right, Cheshire? Can I manage to summon a demon that is now possessed Cheshire? Gotcha!
yeah, we'll have to ask Amy what she thinks about this.
Don't worry, I'll send you home.
It's like Alice in Wonderland meets Hades meets Viewfinder.
I'm going to be a witch. I need to be strong.
I will give you the power to save your mother.
Wow.
Yeah, we need
And the lost demon.
need that GIF available at a moment's notice. So yeah, looks like a far cry from the normal Bayonetta game. So
yeah, I agree.
yeah, let me know if you're a Bayonetta fan, what you think of that, and yeah, I'm interested. But just let's recap here. Out of the 16 announcements we've gone through, I'm vaguely interested in 2 so far.
Yeah, that's about probably where I'm at.
I'm at a 1.
Dad's just got big two thumbs down
Yeah.
so far. Yeah, hopefully the announcements will pick up here. We got Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord VR game. If you like VR, maybe it'll be cool. Got some Destiny 2 Lightfall, which I know BioCiv is a big Destiny.
Is that another
fan.
expansion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let us know, Civ, what you thought of the Lightfall announcement. We got another Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League trailer, and this one introduced Batman, voiced by the one and only Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace. This was kind of a nice gesture, a little touching tribute to Kevin Conroy, the voice of animated and video game Batman for so long. Truly an icon. He died earlier this year, which was pretty sad. but again, not much new other than that. Have you guys been following the Suicide Squad game? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit. I'm not really that interested in it, to be honest with you. I think it looks kind of lame. I don't want to say that it's on the same line of Gotham Knights, but I don't know. I'm not a Suicide Squad person, so I would prefer a Batman game personally. Like that's what I want from Rocksteady, but I
Yeah.
get that they're branching out and they want to do something new at this. Just is not for me.
I want a Peacemaker game.
Peacemaker?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I don't know what art style they'd go with, but
yeah. Hold on a
Dang.
second.
Mike
What's
died.
happening?
Sorry, got a text.
Got a text. Must
Yeah.
be important.
Yeah, what would you even do? Just Peacemaker and Vigilante just roaming around with Eagly.
Just murdering people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they made a Deadpool game, so it could be kind of similar.
They did.
Last of Us Part 1 coming to PC, which is cool. Maybe if I get that cheap enough, it'd be fun for a replay. But that has me excited that if they're going to do Part 1, why wouldn't they do Part 2 at some time, which I have not played. So hopefully that will come soon, Part 2.
Why is that cool?
Why is that cool?
Yeah,
because
like,
I've never played The Last of Us Part 2, and it's coming to PC. Or
no,
Part
Part
1.
1.
Part 1's coming to PC. I think if they're going to do Part 1, why wouldn't they port Part 2 at some point to PC?
Oh, right. Because you need to play Part 2. It's going to be a while, I feel like.
I know.
Part
but
1's been out for how long?
Someday, yeah.
It's going to be like 10 years from now.
Well, I mean, I think this is the remake of The Last of
true.
Us. So it's been out for a couple months. But yeah, it is a little odd that they're going to follow it up closely with Part 2. It seems odd that the
PC one should have came with both. It should have shipped with both. That would have been
like the Uncharted Thieves Collection or whatever comes with all of the Uncharted games. Yeah, I don't know. Fingers crossed Part 2 will come. But the next announcement, something we've all been super excited for a very long time, in all seriousness, and that is the official teaser trailer of Jedi Survivor. And we even got a release date with this one, March 17th, 2023.
Yeah,
like that's
much
right around
quicker.
the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll it. Let's see this. This trailer got me pretty
the only
pumped.
Star Wars game we're capable of making, apparently.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take a lot other Star Wars games if they would like to put release dates on those.
Like Eclipse, perchance?
It'd be nice. Or like Battlefront 3 or anything.
Oh, the old goop tube.
The order is gone.
What's he cloning? Clone himself. Whoa. It's my sister.
I will not be imprisoned again.
Yikes. Dang, bro.
I hear you've been busy making yourself the Empire's most wanted.
Jedi. Remind our friend here why his kind are supposed to be dead. Here we go. After all we've done.
Nice variety in the environments.
That combo looks really cool. I hope
Yeah.
it's not just like a cutscene or something.
Nah, bro, that was a real combo.
Part of the joke, Estes. The Jedi is a threat.
Well, BD-8's back.
Not now that we have this.
As long as we fight.
Got the dual wielding lightsabers back.
Whoa, I saw some good memes off of that last shot there. It's like, whoa, this is bright.
All right.
Jedi Survivor.
Thoughts. I need to hear your thoughts on what we saw there, guys. Nick, break it down first.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. Like I said, I think the variety in the environments is cool. Obviously, I think the first Fallen Order, like while there was, I guess, variety in the appearance of the environments, they were very much the same kind of like platform level over and over again. That wasn't much of a variety in the first one. This one definitely looks like, kind of reminds me a little bit of like KOTOR. Like looks like they got some more open world. Like I landed on the planet more open than those. So maybe that's the case, but definitely look cool. Big variety in the enemies too. So it definitely seems like old Cal here, he's off on a mission across the galaxy to do some damage. Probably gets butt kicked too by a few people because that's kind of his lot in life. He's not an A tier Force user. He's like B tier.
He's
I don't know.
working his way there.
Yeah, he might be C tier actually because Ahsoka would probably mop him over, but like she gets worked over by Vader, so
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything to Vader. Vader would just like eat him for breakfast. So poor Cal. He's C tier for now. I gotta see some more evidence to bump him up there.
It looked like we had like a city environment in there in one of the shots. It was real quick. It looked like they were on a rooftop of some sort in a city. But yeah, Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I think Cal looks older, which is cool. I think it's like 5 years after Fallen Order. I do think that the some of the jankiness that was in Fallen Order appears to still be in here. You can see like some of the moves are just a little too janky. So I'm hoping that they branch off a little bit more from Fallen Order, and it's not just like a what am I looking for here? Like a rehash of Fallen Order.
Yeah, I would also agree with that. I think some of the combat moves we saw, like we saw him force pull one of the troopers that has the like plasma shield thing with the big gun, and he's like shooting the other troopers. That was really interesting. The dual wielding sabers are back. I hope that's a little more permanent, where it was just like kind of like a special move in Fallen Order. It almost looked like it was because there was a scene where he's running and doing the deflection of the blasters with both. So we'll see.
There's just something boxy about the way they've like coded that his movement, because like when he's holding the trooper with the like shield and the blaster and shooting, but also like when he's slow motion like moving through the blaster bolts, there's just something like there isn't like the proper contact with like how the physics should work. So there's just something blocky about it, because basically it's like coded where you execute this move, it's just gonna work regardless of like certain things that are going on in the environment. It's like, I think that's the issue, is like the fancier they get with like what he's doing, the more detached from like the physics of the game it seems.
Yeah, that was mostly what I was talking about with the jankiness. It just something's just slightly off, but it's same with Fallen Order. I felt the same way, and it was still a good game. I still enjoyed it. So, but definitely coming sooner than I was expecting.
Yeah,
this would be parries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the March release date. I do appreciate he's aged a little more, kind of coming more in line with the real person behind Cal Kestis. So hopefully that means that live action Cal will happen. Because now video game Cal looks just like real Cal. He even was the one who came out on stage during the award show to announce the trailer, which was really cool. I'm also... Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just thinking about the whole aging thing and like the live action play. I was like, are they like teeing him up to die in Andor season 2 with everyone else, or not everyone else, but like make an appearance in that timeline, and he just goes out with them somehow?
Yeah, they they digitally add him in Rogue One.
They just take character from the game.
Yeah. He's like, oh, see, he was there. He's dead.
He
though.
was there. He was on the beach in the background and just wiped out.
I am interested to see the story that they tell, because his story seemed to kind of wrap up with Fallen Order. He just destroyed the what were the things called that he was collecting that had all the Jedi children names in? The holocrons. He like destroyed it, so it looked like he wasn't going to be going after other Jedi survivors. So yeah, we'll see who's in the goop tube, what these new baddies are up to. Should be interesting. Very excited for that. Will it be a game I buy full price right off the bat? We don't know.
Probably
Odds are probably not.
Never
It
again.
is an
after
EA
Andromeda.
game. Do you think it will be a Game Pass release day one, or maybe an EA Play?
If they're struggling in 3 months, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They do drop some decent like AAA games day one. Doesn't happen super often, but it does happen. So maybe fingers crossed. Nonetheless, we're all excited, and even more excited about the release date, I think. The next announcement, Earthblade. This is from the creators of Celeste, which was a game that a lot of indie gamers really enjoyed. Earthblade, it seems very Metroidvania, in the same vein as how you move about the map in Ori and the Blind Forest reference, but that's the only style game.
Oh my God.
It's the only Metroidvania game I've ever played, so it's my
Oh,
only
that's funny.
reference point. But yeah, so if you like that style of game, if you like Celeste, you'll probably like Earthblade. Go ahead and pull up this trailer for Dune Awakening. I didn't include the link here, but Dune Awakening's open world survival MMO gets another trailer. In the trailer, it says, we're seeing like alpha footage, but again, I don't think this is like actual gameplay. I think this is just like the actiony scenes we're seeing, maybe like in-game cutscenes, and then walking around. Cool. I'm excited about this, but I'm like trying to hold back my excitement until I see some actual gameplay. Is this one of the games that is kind of on your radar, Nick, or is it the RTS Dune game?
The RTS one is kind of on my radar. The problem is like I'm really gun shy on RTSs, just because there's a fair bit of them out there, and a lot of them take like these really cool concepts for an RTS, but they don't like execute a very like wholesome RTS game, because Age of Empires, StarCraft, Warcraft, like those are all kind of like the staples. And if you're not like hitting that breath, it's just kind of not there. Like the hours, the replayability, essentially. Like I think I would enjoy probably the Dune RTS, but I probably wouldn't want to replay it over and over like I want from an RTS game. But because this is like a open world survival MMO, that sounds cool. But this also makes me wonder, it's like, why didn't we get a footage of the basically the Valheim Moria bit? Like that would have been cool to see, because that should be coming.
Oh, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yes, we didn't get anything from the Lord of the Rings. Well, Jeff, I don't know if if you can find the game we're talking about based on those two.
It's like Return to Moria.
Yeah, it's a Lord of the Rings game, something to do with Moria, and it's like an open world survival game, basically Valheim in Moria.
Yeah,
that game looks rad. That game was not in the Video Game Awards announcements, but we can definitely talk about that. But here is the trailer for Dune Awakening. Enjoy the
I
pre-alpha.
should watch
footage.
this movie.
I know. I really want to watch a movie too. Heyo. Got some news updates for you guys too, if you're interested.
I have a dream. It starts in the desert.
Pre-alpha footage. Whoa, I thought that was the point of alpha.
Right. So rendered footage of in-game cutscenes. What I read that
We
as.
wander the
Yeah.
streets of civilization.
This is what they might look like. The
Yeah.
cutscenes, not the gameplay.
In the ancient
Here's
halls of the
concept
testing
of our game.
stations, you find answers. You seek the secrets of the ever-shifting sands.
It's like Destiny.
Spice.
I love their aircrafts flap their wings.
Yeah, they took that from the Wookiees.
I mean, Dune has such an expansive like world.
All of these things in my dream, Sleeper. I am terrified of what happens when you awaken.
Yeah, I want to check this out. I have to temper my excitement though until we actually see something.
The premise of like the Sleeper and like the Awakening just reminds me of Destiny. Like the whole like
Yeah.
premise around like what is it, the Guardian Watcher, like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Destiny vibes.
Man, I played so much Destiny 1.
Yeah, so did I.
So much Destiny. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I like survival, open world survival games. Tossing that MMO tag in a
shooter
universe that has such deep lore that as Dune does. I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting, and I do really want to. I really need to watch the movie on HBO Max. But
it's like 3
isn't it
hours
like
long.
Yeah? Isn't it basically like gonna take me an entire week to watch it?
Yeah, unless you watch it during work.
I mean,
you ain't doing nothing.
I mean, allegedly.
You should watch that on the TV. I feel like
that's one of the ones you need all the visuals. Like you need the. It's no Game of Thrones where I can just watch it like on my phone. You know,
that's
while I'm working.
rude. Yes, Dad. That is exactly the game. I even said that name, but Mike just like ignored me.
Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. What do you have on here? I'm putting your screen on here without asking you, which could be dangerous. But here we go. We have some pictures here.
Dang, dude.
Under the mountain of
the internet.
A shadow took our treasures home.
Yeah, because like the noise you make like attracts like enemies and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
I think Dad's videos and Chad's mic must be sharing the same internet.
Yeah, Dad, what the heck, bro?
I mean, hey, how can you go wrong with Lord of the Rings Valheim?
I know, dwarven even. Just like I want to build like a little dwarven shack in Moria and just kind of collect stone. No tree cutting.
Oh, I do like a good pickaxe to a rock. That's a great sound.
Enter.
Yeah, spring 2023. So yeah, that's
good Lord,
that's soon.
Then we should have got like gameplay.
We didn't get any update or anything here at the Game Awards.
Rude.
I will say I was really excited for what's the game? I own it and I've played it for like an hour and kind of couldn't really get into it. And I know that describes basically like
every
90% of the game that I own. Let's see. It was the vampire Vampire Valheim.
Yeah.
V Rising. I mean, it was like exactly open world survival, but you play as a vampire and you can build like your manor. Sounded really cool. Got into it and it like I put the fault is on me from calling it Vampire Valheim. because I went into it expecting like a Valheim style gameplay, and it was nothing like that, and I was severely disappointed. So again, I got to like temper my expectations for Return to Moria and not like expect Valheim gameplay.
We just need to go play
Return to
Valheim
Moria.
because that's basically all new game at this point.
That's true. Mistlands, so much Mistlands. I need to go. But yeah, so we got Dune Awakening. We got Forspoken. This game looks like a very Chad game.
Yeah.
Are you excited about Forspoken?
No, I'm not.
Me
I don't
either.
know. I haven't really E3 trailer and this trailer. I need more information.
Yeah.
It's like a fantasy style game. I don't know. Combat wise, at least. The new Final Fantasies.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was feeling from there. Dad has disappeared. He's left me. Oh,
I quit.
So terrible. The next game up on the list here, we have Standing 2. You know, we kind of joked around about walking sims, and here, sequel to what a lot of people considered the best walking sim ever, or maybe the worst.
Let that yawn out. There's no pretending.
Oh.
We're obviously watching the one that they showed at the Video Game Awards. You can hear the crowd cheering there in the background.
What are these games about?
I have no idea.
No idea. It's a Kojima game, so nobody really knows.
Gotcha.
It's so true. All I know is you played as Norman Reedus in the first one, and you walked with a baby in a tube while
you were like
a goofy stuff.
Apocalyptic UPS
Mailman.
yes guy.
Yeah.
So this trailer is going to end with her handing it off to Norman Reedus and be like, good luck, bro. Do it again.
Hope you got some new shoes, man. I mean, you're not
She's
far
gonna
off.
do it. She's gonna do it.
You're really not far off, Nick.
Oh, we got a unicycle bike.
Futuristic unicycle.
Man, that thing is smooth over that terrain. I would not expect that.
Owie.
Oh, never mind. That. Whoa. What did I just see?
Yeah, I wonder the same thing, my friend.
I kind of want to play Death Stranding now just because it's so. Little space worms.
This trailer also ends like 5 times.
Don't worry.
TS2.
Okay. No one should have to suffer such loss. You know, I meant it when I said I understand how you feel. But if you hold on to the sadness, it'll weigh down like an anchor.
The Armored Core crossover.
Yeah, this looks Metal Gear, honestly. Whatever this thing is, looks one of the Metal Gears.
Come meet my crew, Sam.
Lots of goop in this world.
Yeah, very much channeling like bodily fluids and stuff like that.
It wasn't the UCA that made fun. It was APAC, a private corporation.
Like Katsuna. BB's theme 2022.
Featuring our boy Troy Baker. This is the weirdest trailer ever.
Yeah.
Well,
They're just like, you know what? We're not going to end this trailer.
Just keep showing little
we're just
bits
gonna
and
keep
pieces
going.
of everything, little bits and pieces of tentacles and fluid.
Yeah. But yeah,
Interesting.
Death Stranding 2. Who's interested in it?
I think I need to. I'm semi more interested in Death Stranding 1, especially if it's just like a walking sim. That's pretty low key. No pairing to be done in that.
Yeah, no, just walking, bro. One
I
foot
can
in front
just
of the
walk
other.
around. Some balance.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm somewhat interested in it because I know that Death Stranding didn't necessarily view that great. So I'm hoping that they kind of pivot a little bit from the walking simulator and more like Metal Gear. But we'll see. I don't know. I was surprised that it got announced here, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably won't ever play it, but I'm glad that people are excited about it because you heard the applause when it fired up there. The next game announced was Immortals of Avium, which is basically like a magic shooter. Like they didn't actually the reason I'm not going to show this trailer is because it wasn't a trailer at all. It was like 30 seconds and it was just a logo like flashing on the screen, and then the end it had some dialogue at the end. You see a person's arm, with like the magical gauntlet-y type thing, door opens, there's like a big battle going on, and that's it. Not really much to show, but at the same time, heck, I've already talked about it, might as well just
don't do it.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
I don't want to see just a logo slide up the
there's
screen.
dialogue. There's dialogue, my friend.
Magic shooter, EA original.
Just think like Doctor Strange meets like Battlefield.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
Here, a great many people died in this war.
your men killed my family.
The Immortals are more than soldiers. We're the champion protectors of Lucy.
Hero of Yilthium Fields.
Hero of Yilthium Fields.
Yilthy.
You don't get it, do you? All you are is angry.
All of Avium is crumbling apart.
You don't win in ever war.
You help us win this. I'll know you're ready.
Yeah, that was way more than what you described. You did a horrible job describing the trailer.
Nah, I think it was pretty spot on.
It looks like what do I want to say? It's like one of those arena games kind of look. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I think that's an accurate description, I would say. Something you'd play?
I'd have to see like actual gameplay and like know the format of the game.
It's so absurd. What do you mean? You have to actually see what the gameplay looks like before. I appreciate like little teaser trailers and stuff like that, but
yeah,
man, I just wish that these places would give us, or these trailers would give us some actual stinking gameplay
content.
Yes,
content.
Pretty excited about this next one here. A game that's been on my radar for a minute, and that is Nightingale. It's another open world survival game with multiplayer aspects to it.
For you, the year is 1889.
Yeah, like that Victorian era.
The world as you know it teeters on the brink.
That was insane.
Concept of this game is really
The
interesting.
magical network of portals
He's
has collapsed.
Interested to see how it's executed.
Your people are cast asunder beyond the frontiers of your reality. Realms alive with monstrous beasts, eldritch creatures and dangers of which you cannot conceive. You must gather your
Fishing,
craft,
Fishing, crafting,
base
building.
the life in the
Whoa.
uncover the secrets of realm cards and venture deeper into the unknown.
So much like Valheim biomes, there's different realms, but each realm is like a new world.
Your path forward is winding and
you kind of work through them.
Yeah.
Save yourself. Survive the realms. And rebuild all that has been lost.
That brings back nightmares from the swamp.
Realm. What was that text?
It's called Nightingale.
That was from Blizzard, or is that the next trailer?
This is autoplay for the next
Diablo.
Thing. Yeah, Diablo 4.
Diablo.
Which is on the list.
Boo.
Man, like I said earlier, I can't get into the Diablo games, but Blizzard just absolutely murdered this cinematic trailer like they do every cinematic trailer they have. They're so good.
Yeah.
Are either of you Diablo fans, Diablo players?
No.
I tried to be, but I've never like made it anywhere like substantial in any of those games. I played like 2, 3, but not like played them. I've attempted to play them. I get like past the intro and kind of start off, and I was thinking Mary Poppins for sure on that trailer. That was cool. Valheim Mary Poppins.
Yeah, exactly. Every survival game from now on is just like Valheim. Insert whatever else.
Yeah, it was Rust, but then now like Valheim's kind of like cornered it in terms of
that market for sure.
What it ought to be.
Yeah, hello. I'll do Valheim Mary Poppins for sure. But yeah, here's the trailer that was shown for Diablo 4 at the Game Awards. It was such an amazing trailer. The only way that I know of Diablo characters, oddly enough, is from Heroes of the Storm.
Yep.
So, I did recognize.
Those were always good characters too.
Yeah, dude. I believe this is Tyrael in this trailer, and man, he looks so epic. Riot did it. Blizzard. Make a freaking animated show telling a story in any of your games. There's so many stories to be told, and do it in house because these cinematics are so good.
Hire some actors, voice actors, even.
He's got Tyrael floating back there.
And that's why I've always wanted to get into these, because I want to know more about the characters, and like because they're such cool characters.
May we fight true in His holy name. Blessed be the light.
Oh yeah. That's some serious
Ariel's
failing
just
right there.
floating back there. Holy crap.
Like honestly, they should do like a Total War of this, or they really need like a fighter, like a Dragon Ball Z kind of fighter.
Dude, just do World of Warcraft, but in Diablo.
That would be rowdy.
Hell for you.
Diablo.
June 6th. Yeah, so I can't get into the Diablo games, but man, that trailer, intense. How do you think a Diablo World of Warcraft would be?
That's what I mean. Like World of Warcraft plays like against the cinematics a little bit better because it's somewhat like more drawn down to the character level. Like they can recreate some of that like epicness, but like Diablo, like the top down thing, like that's where it just gets really subtracted from that trailer. That's where it just feels like a different type of game, almost like how God of War rebranded. Like they almost need to kind of rebrand Diablo. Like they can still make the like top down ones that everyone loves, but give us something else. Like you said, either give us like a show, a movie, or like a different type of game to experience all that in.
How you feeling, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here.
You okay, man?
I can't even see you guys, to be honest with you. All the trailers have been so blurry so far. I'm like, it looks cool. If I had glasses, maybe.
Oh man,
you can go lay down, Chad.
Like, yeah, man, you can go lay down. It's okay.
We're almost there.
So we got Baldur's Gate 3, a game series that I wish I could get into, but just overwhelmed and intimidated by the two games we have already. Also, I think that might be one of the styles of games where, like, much like I would like to get into the city builders or the 4X games or the RTS games, like I think a lot of them look really cool, and then I'll try to play them and I'll be like, I just literally can't
do it. Yeah, I can't. I'm the same way.
So I feel like that's what would happen with Baldur's Gate 3 for me. Is that RPG style something that interests you, Nick? I feel like I could see you getting into a Baldur's Gate style, like super deep RPG.
What's the style of it? Is it like that? What's that one game we all wanted to play as a group?
Divinity Original Sin 2.
See, I couldn't really get into that. Like, it's just too much menu clicking and like min-maxing, micromanagement. Like, I don't know. That's where it kind of loses me. Same way I wanted to get heavy into EVE Online, but it's just like menu clicking. I like just to hit two buttons, like heavy hit and light hit.
Yeah. That's another game I wish I could play, EVE Online.
Yeah, dude.
Talk about overwhelming and intimidation.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's probably one of the biggest ones. Next up, a game that looked really interesting to me, and as we were talking about World of Warcraft, and as I've mentioned about 19,000 times, very interesting art style, but straight up looks like they plucked these characters right out of World of Warcraft. So let's watch the trailer here for Wayfinder, which looks interesting. It's an MMO. It's free to play. You can sign up for the closed beta now.
Its arrival brought chaos, but we found a way to control it.
How's that not a paladin or a warrior from World of Warcraft?
In the art style.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Oh, is this an arena game?
No, it's
we control
an MMO.
Yeah, and that looked like somebody from
broken world.
the other Overwatch.
We've all walked many paths.
I don't know how I feel about this. This is real sus.
Crushed a few skulls.
But now we fight as one.
I think they literally looked at League of Legends and World of Warcraft and like, let's just kind of blend those together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think League of Legends until you said it, but now I can see a lot of similarities.
Yeah. Look at all that pay to win stuff they just showed you.
Oh, and Dad from behind the scenes says if WoW and League had a baby.
Yeah,
it's
it's this, and it's a mobile game. That's what that also looks like. It looks like an ad for a mobile game.
Well, you guys squashed any excitement I had for that one, so thanks.
That's the thing. It's like don't play that. Play League or World of Warcraft. I don't know. Maybe that's gonna crack the code and bury both those games.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
So confident.
So I mean, obviously, there's no correlation to MOBA gameplay in that trailer, but even that opening scene, the art of that guy's armor looks very similar to Garen from League of Legends. And now that you threw that comparison in there, I'm just like, I can't unsee it now. It's like if they modeled Garen's armor into World of Warcraft. That's exactly what it would be. The next game announced, I think, is an expansion for Fire Emblem. It is Engage. Is that an expansion?
It's the new Fire Emblem Engage.
Oh,
it might have been DLC for it. But yeah, got a new trailer. I think it's coming out relatively. Looks really cool. I really enjoyed this, and this looks right up the same alley as that. So
another game overwhelmed and intimidated by the franchise. Really want to get into that. Looks like it'd be right up my alley. That turn-based tactics. Here's one, some DLC that you guys are probably hyped about, and that is the Horizon Forbidden West DLC, Burning Shores.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got a trailer for this. What did you guys think of what we saw?
Super excited to get back to Forbidden West. I love to West. This takes place obviously after the game when you're a very crucial item that I think the game ended too quickly after you got said item. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I can't wait to that world. And it's like I think it's Lost, so like apocalyptic Lost Hollywood sign and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, we did see the Hollywood sign get demolished. So yeah, let's roll the trailer here and world premiere. That would be a great pick for big clouds in the Discord. They totally crush the environments in these games.
Yeah,
the Horizon games are just very, very, very beautiful. I know in my
this game.
My playthrough of Zero Dawn, I just ran around and picked up a bunch, like so many sticks and rocks. So many. Wait,
cool.
Did you say you haven't played Forbidden West, Nick?
Heck no, I haven't.
That's surprising to me.
I'm gonna wait till like the complete edition goes on sale with all the DLC all bundled together. Ends up patched and like awesome game. It already is. I haven't heard anything bad about it, but there's just I'm trying to stick to the play the games I own kind of thing that I need to beat. It's tough.
You have some very respectable self-control, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. And it just hasn't gone on sale for like 60% off. That's basically my tactic lately.
Now you're rolling in on Mike's territory of game acquirement. Is it $10 or cheaper yet? The next game, Blue Protocol, seems like a pretty straightforward JRPG that
Let me guess, you love the art style.
That's on my notes. Are you on my notes? I think you're on my notes. Or you've just been listening to me describe every game on this announcement thing so far.
It's huge. Love the art style. It's gonna be great.
Just look at it. Just look at it. But no, it's I'm starting to fall more in love with this style of game. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about RPGs these days are calling me.
Before the sundering.
And the music in this trailer is so epic.
Before the war.
Before the war.
Before the darkness. Do you remember? You will.
Oh, Dad says this reminds him of Genshin Impact.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit.
Kind of has an almost anime-esque art style. Yeah, you got your traditional like magic and sword fighting and fantastical creatures. I don't know. It's on my wish list, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Is this style of game anything that would pique interest of Nick or Chad?
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of Fire Emblem, to be honest with you, and that definitely piqued my interest. So yeah, I definitely need to know more about it. At this point, I'd probably just go play the new the new Fire Emblem instead of the Rip Emblem. So
right. Instead of the blue emblem, you'll play the Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
that's funny.
We got a game next, Remnant 2. I've never heard of the first Remnant, but it kind of looks like a shooter with the monsters and creatures of a Souls game almost. Have you heard or played the first Remnant, Chad?
I have not. No, never even heard of it actually.
All right. Well, then you're in my boat. So let's watch the trailer and see what you guys think about Remnant 2. Probably wouldn't ever grace my Epic Games account, but I'm sure some people would probably be interested in this.
I'm a dead man walking. I'll stay and fight as long as I'm alive. I'm a dead man walking.
Is that very apocalyptic horror monster game, but it's kind of like a third-person shooter too, which is interesting.
Mild Gears of War vibes.
Yeah, and then you have like
I can see it.
The Bloodborne
As they
Resident
whip
Evil
out the
4 chainsaw guy.
Yeah, definitely some Gears of War inspiration. Whoa.
Dad says I'd play this.
That's just because there's a chick on the vocals. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Intense is wow, that's a lot of fire.
It's a lot of fire.
Wish list now. Yeah.
You gonna play that?
Probably not.
Why not?
Just never played the first one for following my rule from earlier. I don't know. It's just it's not up my alley.
It looked
I don't know.
interesting.
Maybe I would like it. You think you'd get in there?
Yeah, if it's just like a straight up shooter, no multiplayer crap in there. Yeah. Just like
I
crank
did
through
see
it.
there was one point of multiple people shooting at something. I don't know if that was.
Oh, if it's my squad mates that I command, Republic Commando style.
Got a bunch of
Yeah.
NPCs over there. Here, this next one up on the list is Transformers Reactivate. I'm interested, though this is another one of those, it's just cinematic. We don't get any sort of hint of gameplay or anything. But I'm interested in this because I remember back in the day, I could not figure out which Transformers game it was. But I think I narrowed it down to one of these three, either War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, or Revenge of the Fallen. It was one of those three because they all came out around the same-ish time. But I have great memories playing the multiplayer of one of those Transformer games while waiting in queue for the brand newly released Dungeon Finder in Wrath of the Lich King.
That's funny.
That's the only way that I could find those three games. So it's like, when did Dungeon Finder release in World of Warcraft? Because I remember distinctly at that house, at my parents' house, like my computer was here and my TV was here. And so like while I was in Dungeon Finder waiting for the queue to pop, turn my chair this way, play a match, my dungeon would pop, I would turn my chair this way and back on the mouse and keyboard. Jeff's saying it's Fall of Cybertron, which I'll take your word for it. But the multiplayer was super fun. And I mean, getting to roll around as an Autobot or Decepticon and participate in a third-person shooter against other people is really, really cool. Oh, he says Jordan and Dad played that together. That makes sense. It was a super fun game, and even the campaign of that game was really fun. So I'm interested to see what Reactivate is about. We have the trailer up here, so we can watch that, but there's not really much to it that's very revealing.
This ain't working. We should melt it down for ammo.
Not actual gameplay, in case you guys were wondering.
Oh man.
Sequencing.
You are an Autobot.
Loading memory core now.
I was surprised that this was actually a Transformers game. Didn't look like it until towards the end of the trailer, I thought.
Right.
Yeah, I think I was caught off guard too, because I mean, I know we're getting the Beast Wars movie, right? But unless this is somehow, I guess that was kind of beastly looking.
All right.
That enemy.
Let's get lucky.
Oh yeah. Bumblebee.
So I guess it kind of it makes sense, because we did get the trailer for the Beast Wars live action movie. Which I am actually super excited about. That trailer was amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
So I'd be interested to see if the Beast Wars stuff is in Reactivate.
Are those movies at all linear at this point, or are they all like kind of standalone?
I think they were up to this one, and this one is not, like Michael Bay is not a part of this one. And it's of course leaning into the Beast Wars story, which I used to watch that cartoon like every day before school back in the day. So yeah, I don't know. Would you guys be down to play a Transformers game? I mean, campaign or multiplayer, but I mean, I know you guys hate multiplayer, so would a Transformers campaign sound interesting for you guys to play through?
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I also would be down for that. I just need to know more about this. Like, there wasn't too much shown off in the trailer, so
yep.
To know what kind of game it is. So,
story of
like
the night.
Godzilla games, where it's like they're not going to be groundbreaking, but you get to be a giant mech monster, like just shredding stuff.
Did they ever make a Pacific Rim game? Because if they didn't, I feel like they dropped the ball.
I think they probably did, but not like a good one. It's probably a crappy license game.
Yeah,
for like the Wii.
They need like a good one, a VR Wii.
Yeah,
just the game I would expect on a Wii. Next up, we'll kind of breeze through some of these and only play a couple more trailers.
Make sure you play Dad's, or he's gonna be really upset.
Yeah, which I don't remember which one Dad wanted to play, but I'm sure he remembers. He's the one that's in charge of the trailers. So, Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. This game looked really cool. We got like 3 seconds of gameplay at the very end of the trailer. But from the sounds of it, you're a banisher who hunts and banishes ghosts from areas. The cinematic portion of the trailer was really cool. The brief segment of gameplay was, third person over the shoulder, very God of War like, or Horizon like, in that same style, just right up over the shoulder. Yeah, it's on my radar. Again, have to see more. We got Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 trailer, which
That's
is
the one.
Super interesting. I think I remember being interested in Space Marine 1, never played it. Again, one of those franchises that to me is super overwhelming and intimidating to get into because there's so much with Warhammer. But I think I just gotta like take the dive and just play one.
Too much Pokemon to play.
I know, right? After seeing this trailer for Space Marine 2, following my logic, I went and looked up Space Marine 1. I can get it for like $6. So I think next free $6 I have laying around, I might pick up Space Marine 1 and play. But here is the trailer for Space Marine 2. It looks super cool.
We are the defenders of mankind against the horrors that dwell in the darkness. While we draw breath, we stand.
Their suits of armor look so cool.
We fight.
Those things look like xenomorphs from Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, between the suits, like it's StarCraft.
Yeah, exactly.
And the xenomorphs.
We are the angels of death. We are the blade drawn against the endless night. Nothing will survive our wrath.
Like the Paladins in Fallout.
Yeah, so I mean, nothing super
what kind
crazy.
Of game is that?
Third-person shooter.
Okay. There's so many Warhammer game
right. Exactly, and I think this is going to be the one that I finally plunge into the franchise. I'll start with Space Marine 1, but this actually isn't the one that Jeff
That's right.
is super excited about. He's excited about Warhammer 40K Darktide. Not a game that was announced here, but is I want to say 4-person co-op, first-person shooter, utilizing a loose class system. So I watched part of a review of Darktide earlier today, and it does look really cool and really fun. That's Warhammer's just one of those franchises that just has so much, and it's probably all super interesting, but it's at this point I've waited so long to get into it that I just don't even know where to start. And update. Dark Tide is already out. Came out November 30th, so you can play it now.
There's like 50 Warhammer games.
I think Warhammer is interesting too because I think they definitely are spread across genres.
Yes,
because they do have RTS style games, right?
They have RTS, they have 4X, they have the third-person shooters.
I know I picked up in one of the Epic free monthly games, like a turn-based tactics game, a Warhammer game. I'd have to open up Epic real quick to get the title of it, but yeah, there's so many different things, so many different styles of games in a very rich universe lore-wise. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to take a plunge on one of these games. I mean, I guess I already have one in my launcher for free that I could play.
Yeah, and I feel like it also then there's the entire like tabletop like element that like D&D carries with it.
Yeah, and
have to get into.
The tabletop came first, right?
Yeah.
And then all these games spawned out of the tabletop game.
Yeah.
Nice. Man, just things I wish I would have got into. But I had better things to do, apparently. Which probably isn't true. We got a game, Meet Your Maker. Didn't really catch my interest at all. Chad, is this something that looked interesting to you?
No, not at all.
Crash Team Rumble. Trailer doesn't really do anything for this, but I'm interested in this only because I want to know like what you do in this game. It's a 4-on-4 team-based. I got the description here. Crash Team Rumble is a 4v4 team-based competition where the iconic heroes and villains of the Crash universe battle to capture more Wumpa fruit than the other to claim victory. Each hero has unique skills and abilities to strategically use to work together to battle the opposing team, defend their own Wumpa bank, and capture key points around the map to help their team. So it kind of seems like a strange mix of like Overwatch and a form of MOBA.
That's what I was going to say. It sounds a little bit like a MOBA, but a little bit of a shooter-ish in there.
Yeah.
Or
and like capturing
over the shoulder. I don't
points, know. Like, yeah, it seems to be that combination of like whatever style of game Overwatch is. Which what's that genre, Chad? Would you know? Like Overwatch, Valorant, like
I just call them like arena shooters.
Yeah, I think it's an arena shooter. I would go with that. Yeah.
It seems like a combination of that and a MOBA. You know, you have your 4 skills you can use in battle.
I hope this takes off and goes pro because I just want to see like Crash and that IP have like
a
pro run.
Yeah.
Of it.
Here, do you have the trailer up, Dad? We'll throw it up. I like Crash. I like the characters. Like it would be cool to have a cool Crash game to play.
Dude, that looks like a MOBA.
I put down a mix of Pokemon Unite and Overwatch. And Pokemon Unite is a MOBA, but it's not like base destroying. It's collecting.
It's like a very active World of Warcraft battleground.
Yeah. Like you collect in Unite, you collect these energy balls and then you like turn them in an enemy base, almost like you're scoring,
Slam
like
dunk.
this, exactly like that. So like taking Wumpa fruit and putting it in your base as opposed to your enemy's base. I don't know.
Yeah, but the movement looked like World of Warcraft is kind of like that, kind of behind the
yeah.
the
So like
character.
there's a like Smite is a third person MOBA. You had like Paragon, which was a similar style thing. Color me interested. Like I don't know if I'd actually play it, but I want to see where this goes because it's an interesting concept.
Did they say what platforms that's on?
I did not note anywhere, but with it being a PlayStation.
That would be a clue.
Probably,
IP.
yeah.
Probably say PlayStation. We got a new trailer for Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah.
Is this a remake or
It's
a
a
reboot
remake.
or like a continuation from the first one?
I believe it's a remake of the first one.
Okay. Yeah, very much Dark Souls clone here.
Yep, I thought it looks like a ripoff of Souls, honestly. But I know it has like its own quirks because the first one got its following. So
yeah, interested to see where that goes. Trailers look cool. Graphics look cool. The next one, Crime Boss, Roque City. Don't think I'll play this, but the cast that they have for this
so
game
good.
is loaded. We got Michael Madsen, Kim Basinger, Damian Potier, Danny Trejo, Danny Glover, Michael Rooker, Vanilla Ice, and Chuck Norris.
God.
Yeah, not really. Honestly, the game doesn't really look that good, but the fact that they were able to assemble this cast is kind of insane. We got Cyberpunk 2077 DLC, Phantom Liberty, and speaking of cast, Idris Elba is joining the Cyberpunk cast here, so that's awesome. Cyberpunk is a game that I want to get around to eventually, and hopefully by the time I do get around to it, it's completely fixed. I've heard it's in a much better state than it was a year ago or so. Either of you guys interested in Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I am. I thought it was going to be the next game that I play because I had heard the same thing, that it's a good time to jump in, but then The Witcher came out. So
oh geez.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't know. Maybe someday when it's free. Or
when they give it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 10-hour free trial. I was thinking about doing that just to see if I would even like it. So
that's worth it.
Yeah. 2 more to go, and then we'll be done here. The penultimate announcement was very interesting to me. And we got an Armored Core. Armored Core 6 was announced here.
I didn't know there was a 1 through 5, but this looks awesome.
I did know there were past games just from my early childhood. I think my uncle played them. But one thing I did not know is they're FromSoft games.
From Software, yeah.
Which is crazy. And this looks like freaking Dark Souls in mechs.
Yeah, they did say, I'm a little salty about this because there were rumors that this was going to get announced. We had heard whispers that they were working on a new Armored Core, but there were also rumors that Sekiro 2 was going to get announced at this. So I got here and it was like a slap in the face. And it's a bummer because they did say that their next game is almost done. Almost immediately after the release of Elden Ring, they said that the next one's almost done, and I think this is probably what it is. But I don't know. I have to see more of it. I haven't played Armored Core since like the 90s, so
yeah.
This looks awesome.
I love mechs. Mechs are awesome.
Oh yeah, I wish it was more popular in America, so it could actually carry some sort of presence.
Yeah.
That's why Pacific Rim didn't blow up, because it just stayed alive just because of China, basically.
Yeah. And that's like mechs and kaiju? Are you kidding?
Exactly.
Come on. There was a really cool multiplayer only game called Hawken that was just all mechs of different classes.
I mean, honestly, they just need to make a open world RPG survival MMO. Just put all the words in there and make it about mechs. Where you're just building and customizing your mech, surviving.
Yeah. I love it. We'll just call them an alphabet game.
Yeah,
it's got all the letters. You might be onto something though.
I mean, that one they're lowering there is just it's just straight up a Gundam. That looks just like a Gundam with the one eye. Looks like the bad guy Gundams
that the military uses. Stabbed one, and it's got mech blood on its little spear.
Oh yeah. Ooh, he's fast.
That looks awesome.
Fires
Armored
of
Core
Rubicon.
6, 2023.
Interesting.
So if none of these games get delayed, quite a few games
It's
coming
going to be
in
a crazy
2023.
2023. Yeah, because Spider-Man 2 just got a fall of 2023 release date as well. So,
so yeah, I really like your idea, Nick. Like, would you play as a human who's
Yeah.
building his mech? So like when you're like there would be gameplay of both phases of you walking around as a normal person and then you suited up.
No, I think the game would start with like you have a mech and like that's just like everyone has a mech, but
Yeah.
like it's not a cool mech. It's like a really like basic level mech and you
Like
use
a
over
meh.
time. Yeah, it's a meh. And then like you upgrade it over time until you're awesome. But I think there needs to be like an MMO element in there that like comes in later because that's where it's like, yeah, you need the whole Eve concept where like there's factions that have formed that is like these really
Yes.
awesome mechs. So obviously, like you're just like a lowly mech as you start off, and you're just like, oh, there's a battle going on. I'm just gonna observe from like this ditch while they like obliterate everything.
Yeah.
And you pick up the parts from that battle and like upgrade
Yeah.
those.
So all gameplay would be in mech form, right? You could like
You can get out.
Okay.
Because you would have to get out to do like repairs and like modify and do that kind of stuff to your mech. And you'd have to find a safe haven to do that kind of crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a garage, right? Where you go and then that's where like the human like walking around as a regular person comes out.
Yep.
But yeah, you just like scavenge the wilderness and on battlefields for parts and ore and stuff to improve your mech. And
yeah, I mean the mech is kind of like, it's like your horse. And like if there's like civilized towns, like you just leave it parked outside kind of thing, and then it's kind of like a destiny like hub.
Everyone
right,
ties up their mech to the post.
Yeah.
Dude, a mech western, a mech stern. Wow, that sounds probably close to being racist, so we'll probably refrain from that. But Dad had a great idea in our chat here. He said Pokemon, but with mechs. We'll call it Mechimon.
That's called Digimon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just big Digimon you can like jump inside, I guess.
I'm just gonna say, if in the next year or two I see a game pop up out there that is an open world survival MMO mech game, you better believe you're gonna get sued by Shitboy Podcast. Unless you pay Nick handsomely and then give me us and Chad a small cut for being here and letting him workshop his idea with us.
Yep.
And that brings us to our final announcement. Couldn't care less myself, but a lot of people, I feel like that's been kind of the theme of the show tonight. None of us really care about any of these except for like maybe 3. So
yeah.
I apologize now that we're 2 hours and 14 minutes into this episode that we've wasted 2 hours and 14 minutes of your life listening to us talk about games we're not excited about. But hey, I think we're excited the majority of the time on this show, and every once in a while we got to bring you guys back down to earth. Can't be excited about everything.
Yeah, like there's simply too many games being made, period.
Yes,
like everyone needs to like cool your jets.
Yeah, and Dad makes a great point in chat. He says, our little private chat, he says, we're excited for the people playing these dumb games. That's right. Because we're here for you. We're doing this for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep aggressively pointing at the screen, but yeah, just to get the point across. But a lot of people were excited at the award show for this announcement, and that is Final Fantasy 16 Revenge.
Isn't there a higher number Final Fantasy?
Dude, the way they number these
but...
games is so confusing to me because they have like 11 or 10 and 10-2 or like I don't know.
I think this is the highest number. 15 was the last one to come out.
Okay.
But this one is actually probably the game that will get me back to it. It's been a while since I played a Final Fantasy game. I think they kind of lost their way a bit.
I'm not going without you.
I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
Gryffindor.
Your Highness! Run!
Run!
Don't run. Just die. Joshua.
Not a very Final Fantasy name.
Oh dear.
So what about this is going to bring you back, Chad?
It's going back to a fantasy setting instead of cars and whatever the hell 15 was. Like teenage boy band traveling in a car.
Coming from a guy who had just played 200 hours of being a Japanese high school team.
Yeah, it's true. But that's actually cool. Like this one.
If he wants to play that, he plays that. If he wants to play fantasy, he plays
That's
this.
true. That's true.
Stay in your lane. Except there isn't like Persona 15 yet.
No, not yet.
They need to get up there. They need to. I need them to be on par with Final Fantasy.
That dragon looks really cool. Yeah, I don't understand Final Fantasy really. Are the games connected? Are some of them connected? Because like you say, there's like all these different settings. Like not really
Balrog
fantasy style like this.
There's cars.
What do we do?
Yeah, it's like 1800s fantasy. I don't know.
Are these 15 games connected narratively?
No. Nope. They're all separate, just like most JRPGs. Dragon Quest is the same way. Persona is the same way. There's like maybe some characters in each game that are similar or named after the same character, but no, they're not tied.
So why not just like
Lots of Balrogs in this
call it a new game?
I don't know.
Well, no, it's like you're playing the premise of
Still
like,
the same
style
like
of game.
core mechanics and stuff.
New story.
Yeah.
It's an anthology, Michael.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Oh, gaming anthology. There we go. Yeah, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. But yeah, here we are.
Sweet. That was rowdy.
Yeah, are you a Final Fantasy guy, Nick?
I am not. That veers on the too. Remember, like it was Bim's comments on that or whatever. Or I don't know. I forget how he compartmentalized like Final Fantasy. But it was pretty funny. I think it was similar to like the boy band comment that that Chad made. Just like the hairstyle like threw him off, and he just could not get into that type of game with like those hairstyles and the eccentricness. Kind of like what was the game you said, Chad?
Persona?
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest. So like Dragon Quest, like the girl in like the opening. I don't know if she's there the whole time, but like her voice just like drove me like up the wall.
Yeah, brutal. Yeah. She's not. She's not. She's only in the intro of the game. So
I think I got to the point where like
great
you leave
place
her,
to put her.
Yeah.
And then I was just like too exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. All the announcements made at the 2022 Game Awards. So
So they gave out awards, but they also just announced games the whole time.
Yeah, it's basically that's what it is because they announce the games and then they rattle through the awards unless it's
So
like
true.
a big one like Game of the Year.
The new E3 plus congratulations.
Right.
Kind of how the Grammys is all performances, but no actual like award giving.
Yeah.
I will say though, I enjoy that. I thought it was. I ended up watching the stream, the next day, and some of the presenters and lines they had were like cringe, but I think Keegley's a good host. I think for the most part, and I enjoyed like the basically the new look E3. That's what I take this as.
Yep.
We did have Answer the Boys asking your thoughts on the announcements and the award show itself. And first off, Dad was really excited that you were going to be back, Chad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was excited.
Sorry, I'm like
grateful.
slowly dying over here and half brain dead, but I'm here. I'm here.
I'm glad you're here, but honestly, like, I'm really surprised that you're here.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
not gonna
kind of
remember.
wish
I'm
that
not
you
gonna
were
remember
like
any of this. I'm not
sleeping
gonna remember any
or
of this, to be honest with you.
Chad is so sick. But thank you for pressing on. So you're making me look like a slave driver over here. Rachel's Holiday, she replied. She said, I was passively watching the Game Awards. My main takeaway was that Sydney Goodman needs someone to pick her outfits out. And that was, if it's the person I'm thinking of, was that the presenter of like the pre-show award show? Because she was basically wearing like a dress made of like feathered boa material, and it was just like, look, very weird. So I get that. She also says, but I also felt that A Plague Tale Requiem really ought to have won Best Score in Music. That was a game that was nominated quite a few times. But of course, everything lost to God of War in every category. So,
except Game of the Year, which is annoying.
Is that game good? Like, what's the deal there?
God of War Ragnarok? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what makes it good?
I don't know. I didn't play it. It's reviewing very, very well, though. I mean, it's a follow-up to the biggest God of War game, and they totally revamped it. So, I don't know. It looks awesome. I'm kind of on BIOS level. I couldn't get into the first one, the reboot, so I probably won't play this one, but, I mean, it's reviewing well. So.
Yeah, God of War 2018 is another one of those where I'm just like waiting for just more of a sale. Like it keeps going on sale for like 40%, 50%. I'm waiting for like a 60.
I think last year I
70.
got it for like $5 on the PlayStation Store, but you're probably waiting for a Steam sale. Yeah. PlayStation just gives that stuff away.
Right. Ugly Kid Joe Cross says, I truly don't know what to be excited for. Death Stranding 2, probably PS5 exclusive. Forbidden West DLC, announced as PS5 exclusive. Someone buy me a PS5, maybe I'll be more excited. Don't download Vampire Survivors on mobile, it's too addicting, and the new Star Wars looks like a good time.
Yeah, you're right, Dad. Game of the Year was Elden Ring.
It was indeed.
So God of War won everything else, but Elden Ring got Game of the Year.
I think Elden Ring won like
something
art,
else too, art,
and Game of the Year, and then God of War won all the other major categories. Which I mean, hey, it made the award show kind of boring, but I mean, if you're that great of a game, that's awesome. Glad you were able to reap all those rewards for your hard work. And yeah, that's it. Answer the Boys. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. Don't forget, subscribe so you can start our giveaway for the OLED Switch and the game giveaway at 500 subs. The OLED being at 1,000 subs. Make sure you be on the lookout for the Chosen companion series that hits YouTube on Wednesdays, audio platforms on Tuesdays. Do you guys have anything going on you want to announce besides Chad brain melting out of his ears?
Death? Yeah. I think I feel it falling out of my nose, honestly.
Nick, you got anything going on?
I don't have anything going on. I'm pretty low key these days. I'm just trying to play some video games and actually progress the ones I own. It's challenging.
It's a good plan. Make sure you go over to patreon.com/showboyspodcast, sign up if you feel so led to, because I think the next several Patreon exclusive episodes are going to be really interesting and you're going to want to see them. I'm really excited about recording our Patreon episode next week. So yeah, otherwise we have Dungeons and Dragons Sunday night 8 p.m. on Twitch. Follow us on Twitch for streams. We're streaming Pokemon Ultra Moon, and we will be starting Resident Evil 6 with Dad. And of course, we have our our monthly Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good night, and we're gonna get out of here so Chad can go lay down.
Yeah, I'm tapping out.
Good night.
Yeah, holy crap. Like, it's just like Elden Ring, God of War, like for the first like 10 major categories, just back and forth.
Yeah. And man, what a trooper, Chad. 103-degree temperature
Yeah,
before
dude.
the show started, and he
We're talking about games.
Stuck it out.
He ain't gonna abandon a gaming episode.
Man, he looked like he was gonna die. He looked so rough. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.